Hi, happy Friday. I'm June Edward, the Massachusetts medium, and this is your free Friday reading for September 15th. Wow, where is the year going, huh? So if you have any questions, feel free to post it on the screen, and I will try to answer that as I'm reading. A lot of Michael here again today. Great. So this is the King of Michael, and the King of Michael speaks to staying in your truth and staying in your integrity. Okay, a lot of you may be called to a situation that's opening up, possibly in your family or your work situation, and it's going to call for honest communication, and this is the only way to get through it for you. You really need to communicate with whoever it is that you're involved with, and you know what the situation is if this card has meaning for you, and just stand in your truth, but make sure you communicate clearly and the situation will resolve itself. Okay? Keep in mind that this is a general reading for everyone that's tuning in, so yes, all these cards will not communicate to you, but one will. Okay, at least one of these cards is meant for you if you've tuned into me. A lot of kings today, a lot of kings and aces. I've got 3 kings here, Michael, Gabrielle, and Ariel. So this has to do with financial success. A lot of you right now are coming into a really good time in your life. Maybe you're getting close to retirement. Make sure that you are using your resources wisely. However, just because you have an influx of money or you have money that you've stored, it can go through very quickly if you're not being very careful with what you have. Okay? I'll pull a card for you, Monica, as soon as I'm done with this reading, okay? King of Gabriel, same thing. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details to someone else. You have the experience that's required to get you where you need to be. All right? You need to trust in that. A lot of you are also in the field of wellness, healthcare, helping other people. This is a wonderful, wonderful time for you to step up and come into your own. The world needs healers. This is Archangel Michael again, and this is speaking to the end of a situation that you've been into for a while, things coming full circle, everything working out for its highest and best, and a lot of new spiritual growth and insight for people. Fortunately, a lot of people after the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse are starting to wake up on this planet. Thank you, Spirit. We need more people to wake up. We need more people to become enlightened. People need to realize that you go through the motions here every day. It's like you're a character in a play or a person in a movie. This is not the real you. This is not the soul inside of you. This is just where you're at for the time being. You're here for an infinite, a finite time. There's a beginning and an end to your earthly existence, and when you leave, your soul continues. You know, we're eons and eons old. This is just a drop in the bucket. Again, Ace of Michael, speaking to clear communications. Try to be clear in what it is you want to say and what it is you mean when you're speaking to someone in regards to any ideas that you have, anything you're trying to move forward with, whether it's a new job, a new relationship. Don't let little tiny bumps in the road get you down. They're there for a reason. Speed bumps are in the road to slow you down, right? Bumps in life do the same thing. They're there to slow you down and make you think a little bit. That's the only reason that they're there. They're not to stop you. They're not stop signs. Okay? Bumps in the road are not stop signs. They're there to slow you down a little bit. I have a stone that I want to show everybody because there's been a lot of discussion in a lot of the groups this week about the the linga. This is the Shiva linga. This comes from the Ganges River in India. And the story goes that a mountain millions of years ago was struck by lightning, or it was a volcano, one of the two, depending on the story, and all the rocks rolled down the side of the mountain into the Ganges River in this one area. And this is the only place in the world that you will find these stones. And this is called a Shiva. And they have male and female, and this is both male and female because it has the dark and the light. They're used as fertility stones. They're wonderful for males to help with the prostate, to help with sexual dysfunction. They help you connect to the higher realms. I love it for grounding, and I also like it if I'm having difficulty sleeping, believe it or not, because as soon as you hold this stone, it feels like mud. It just drops you right down, and my vibration is always way up here, so for me it's not really lowering my vibration, but it's grounding me so much that I can actually get down to that level where I need to just shut down and relax. So apparently you can't go out and just search and find these stones. These stones are meant to find you, and this one found me, and it's a beautiful one. I love it, and I've actually seen these like this big. This is, you know, it's not a real small one. It's, you know, the size that most people end up finding, I guess, or they find you. So if you come across one, now you know what this is. And it is a real stone. It's not plastic, as a lot of people were thinking. All right, let's see what else I'm drawn to today. I'm going to draw a card for Monica. Monica has a job interview today, and actually I'm not going to draw from this deck for you. There's another deck I want to draw from for you. And she wants to know how her job interview is going to go. This card is for you, Monica. Okay, so this card is saying when you are on your interview, you need to make sure that you communicate clearly. Tell them what it is about you that's going to be so beneficial for them that they're not going to want to have you walk out that door without making an offer to you. Okay? Be very clear on what it is that you can do for them. It's not a matter of what they're going to do for you. That's not how employers look at things. They want to know what you're going to do for them. So make sure you let them know why you are going to be such a wonderful asset for them and why they don't want you walking out that door. Okay? And I think it'll be fine for you. Let's go back to these. So this one's telling me that you want to consider your career options as well, because you have options. It's not like you'd have to be stuck or pigeonholed in that job. So Monica, if you go on that interview and you don't feel like it's a good fit for you, remember that there's something else down the road as well, right? There's a lot of opportunity out there for people. They just have to open their eyes and see it. This has to do with finding your life purpose. And I'm hoping, Monica, that you're pursuing a job that is your passion and your life purpose, because then it's not really a job, is it? If it's your passion and you love it, you're automatically going to succeed in that field because it's what you want to do. And people that are doing things that they really want to do, they'll even do it for free at that point because they love doing it. It's like my readings. I love doing my readings. And yes, I do charge for my readings. You can go for my website and you can book a personal reading just for yourself, or an Akashic record reading, which are your past lives. Reiki, I can do that by long distance as well. But yes, I give free readings here and there to people that are in need and cannot afford my services. And I do that because I love to help people. And when you find your true passion in life, you just can't get enough of it. That's the way it works. So find your passion. It's important. This has to do with artistic creativity. And most people, I haven't found anybody yet that doesn't have any artistic ability, has some artistic ability in some area. You may love to sing. You might like to have a garden. That's artistic as well. Even work is an art form, believe it or not. If you're really good in business, that's an art form. So find your artistic ability, and when you find that, it's going to help you find your purpose and your passion. It's going to be a wonderful outlet for you. And this has to do with practice, and we all know practice makes perfect. So whatever it is you're doing, the more you do it, the better you get at it. That's life. It doesn't matter what it is. If you have any new skill, maybe you just want to learn how to play the guitar. The more you play it, the better you're going to be. It's just how life works. So practice, 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 whatever it is that you're doing. And this has to do with children, and for a lot of you out there, you're drawn to working with children. So if that's what you're drawn to, pursue it. Maybe you want to be a teacher. Maybe you're too old to go back to school to be a teacher, but you could still be a teacher's aide. You could be a lunch lady. You'd still be interacting with those children, and you'd still be having a positive effect on those children every day. So whatever your passion is, if it has to do with children, find a way. You could be a mentor. You could be a foster parent. There's so many things that you can do if that's your passion. It could take any direction, and any one of those directions is the right direction if it feels right for you. We'll do just a couple more here. Hi, Cheryl. Okay, so this has to do with, this is the moonstone. This has to do with intuition. Everyone has intuition. Everyone has psychic ability. Every psychic is not a medium. Every medium is a psychic. Okay, but you all have psychic ability. You all have intuition. You all need to learn how to follow that. And it's that little voice in your head, and even myself, I have to learn how to listen to it, because every time I poo-poo it off or I block it and go a different direction, it bites me in the butt every darn time. So it could be as simple as taking a different direction to work in the morning, and if you don't do it, you're stuck in that traffic jam. But when that little thing comes into your head that says, I should do this, or I should do that, or I shouldn't do this, pay attention. Those are your guides talking to you, and that's your intuition. That's your psychic ability. Follow it, and you'll get much farther in life, I promise you, because they only want the best for you. They only want to give you information that's helpful for you. This has to do, this is the snake, and the snake has to do with rebirth, release, and believe it or not, integrating into things. So, you know, a lot of people hit a wall when they hit 50 or they hit a midlife crisis, and it's time to really look at your life and figure out what it is you're supposed to be doing. Where are you supposed to be? What is your life purpose? And it's almost like you get a second chance at life. Figure out where you want to be. Maybe you're going to leave the career that you've worked at all this time, or maybe it's just you're hitting retirement age and it's time to move into a different life. And yes, it's time to release a lot of the past negativity that's been there, and it's time to move on to something new. Even if maybe you're taking on something new in your life. Maybe you're getting married. That's going to be a completely new life for you. Or you're moving to another town or another state to take on a new job. Look at it as a new opportunity. Look at it as your rebirth and an opportunity to start all over again. And I love it when this card comes up. This is my card. This is the red card. This has to do, this is the survival card, which a lot of us are survivors of different things, but this has to do with passion. And I'm a very passionate person, and I think passion is very important in life, because without passion, things are dull, things can be mundane, things can be very boring. So find your passion, ignite your passion. Whatever your passion is, follow it. Follow it to the ends of the earth if you have to, because that's what passion is all about. And this is the autumn card, and we're coming into the fall, we're coming into pumpkin season. So this has to do with abundance, bringing in the harvest, and it's time for that. It's time to prepare for the winter, prepare for that time to come into your own and maybe go a little bit inside yourself this winter and spend that time. We kind of hibernate a little bit. But it's the time to enjoy the harvest. You know, that's just like when all the garden stuff comes in now and you have all this extra, all the tomatoes are coming, we all have 4,000 tomatoes on your counter. Share it. Share it with people. When you have abundance, don't hoard it. That's not what it's all about. Just like the tomatoes. If you hoard your tomatoes, what happens? They're all going to sit there and go rotten on you, right? Share your abundance. Whatever your abundance is, if you have an abundance of wealth, if you have abundance of love, whatever you have an abundance of, share it with other people. That's your connection. This is how we show love and care about each other. So get out there and share your tomatoes if that's what you have, okay? And wow, this is the prophecy card. This has to do with premonitions, dreams, things that are coming to you that you think are going to be happening, and pay attention to those because they're usually very accurate. If something's coming to you in a dream, that's the thinnest veil there is between the two worlds, and that's where your guides are really trying to connect with you, to your higher self, trying to talk to your soul. So if you're having a premonition of something, pay attention. When you get up in the morning, write your dreams down, because dreams, for the most part, they're messages. That's what they are. And we're all so busy during the day that we can't focus. We have so much going on. So when you go to sleep at night and you lie down, this is where your soul is really starting to focus on the things that really matter to you. So don't poo-poo it off. You know, if you have a feeling that I really should not go to work today, it's really, really deep internal in your gut, shouldn't go to work today, then don't. You know, if you have that really deep feeling that, you know, I shouldn't be driving my car today, I shouldn't be going that long distance that I was going to take a ride to, there's a reason for it. There's a reason for it, okay? So pay attention to those premonitions. So this is your Friday reading, and I will do another one next Friday. For anyone that's looking to take classes on mediumship, I am doing an introduction to mediumship in Walpole at She Breathes Wellness. There is a link on the top of my page for that. You can still get in. It's a 5-week session. There's four classes left, so it's not the biggest deal in the world that you missed the first one. It's on Wednesday evenings from 6:30 to 8. And you can always book me online for something private for yourself at JuneEdward.com. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next Friday. Have a great week.